Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jared here with Razel's Revenge Gaming, giving you your gaming weekly rundown with some news. Um, First off, though, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video, and as always, like, subscribe, share, interact, whatever you can do to help bring awareness to my brand would be fucking phenomenal. So, oh yeah, also probably extremely red. Been outside the past 2 days, cutting down trees, blah 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 blah. So, yeah, sunburn, maybe. Anywho, hope you guys are weathering this lockdown pretty well, so, let's get going, shall we? First on the agenda, Magic the Gathering is actually set to include, like a Godzilla crossover in their next set, which is, I think it's Ikoria, is how you pronounce it, Lair of Behemoths. The cards are available in every draft booster box. The set was previously codenamed Cricket, so if you heard anything about Cricket, then you're probably going to be hear what you already know. And it will be available April 16th via the Magic the Gathering Arena online game and on retailers May 15th. Each Godzilla Monster Series card will feature a monster from the Godzilla franchise. There will be a total of 16 cards and 3 additional. The 16 will be in English, the 3 additional will be Japanese only, I believe. And the special Godzilla King of Monsters card, like the actual Godzilla card itself, is only available as a buy a box promo card at your local retailers. That's kind of one of the way that Wizards of the Coast is trying to incentivize people to go out and, you know, I guess help local card shops and everything, which is pretty cool, especially given all the shit that's going on lately. So that's something to look forward to. I actually played the shit out of Magic the Gathering growing up. I petered off there for a long, long while. Still don't really play it, unfortunately. I don't know, man. Like, I'd really like to, but then it just, from everything that I hear, like, there's this weird elitist attitude going on. But anyway, that's probably another whole other uh, whatchamacallit, subject. There we go. That I'll probably cover later on or whatever. And yeah, initially this is going to be a lot of stumbling because my brain is baked. But moving on from Magic, going on to Xbox Game Pass. Apparently, Nier Automata, Become as Gods Edition, and Overcooked 2 are now available on the Game Pass. Also, if you were wondering about Wasteland 3, it's actually got a release date of August 28th of this year. So, a little info there. Also, for my Rocksmith fans out there, if there are many of you, Rocksmith is finally putting out a whole new project. Like, they're going to be working on an entirely new project, so it's about fucking time. I think Rocksmith launched 2014, 15, somewhere around there. Anyways, this week's, I believe it's Opeth, or whatever the fuck it is. Opeth Song Pack is the last DLC they will put out for Rocksmith at all. They're going to try to focus all their efforts on their new project. The devs, however, will still have weekly online content planned for the players. The dev stream will continue in a whole new format. And there will be like more surprises and all that good stuff, I guess, during the dev stream. And updates on the project will be brought to you via the Rocksmith website or on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. So if you have enjoyed Rocksmith and still play Rocksmith or whatever, keep an eyeball on them for their new upcoming project. There wasn't really a whole lot of news on what the project was going to be, but just that they're working on something. So, you know, there we go. Allergies. I hate them. Calypso Media Group has announced that their internal studio, Claymore Game Studios, is going to bring back the Commandos game. I don't really remember a whole bunch about Commandos, so I'm not even going to try to like go into it or whatever. But if you know what Commandos was, Claymore Game Studio is going to be working on a next gen, like it said like a take. So I'm imagining like a maybe a remake or a reimagining of Commandos. There's no real release date yet, nothing like that, just that it's going to be available on next gen consoles and it'll be on PC. So, you know, that's probably actually something cool to keep an eyeball out for, especially if it's as good as what I've heard, and if you're a glutton for punishment, as hard as what I've heard, something you'll want to keep on your radar. So, next up in the news that I have, I'll save the last little two for just some BS crap. It's events, but I don't really know how that's going to pan out. I guess one of the bigger news parts would be Nintendo is going to remaster most of the Super Mario library for the 35th anniversary. The games that I know of that have been confirmed is Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. Now there's supposed to be what was it? Paper Mario, I think, and something else, or was Paper Mario getting its own like standalone game? I don't remember. But anyways, they're supposed to be working on that for a 35th anniversary, I guess, collection, because everything I saw was it's going to be released as like a collection of games, not just individual titles. So I mean that's kind of cool, I guess. So that's going to happen with Nintendo and Mario for the 35th anniversary. Pretty cool. I don't know. It's one of those things where like it'll be cool to play them on the Switch because you know they'll get graphical enhancements and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, how many times can you keep buying the same fucking game? But it is what it is. So, I don't know, I don't want to say, like, maybe they're running out of ideas, but Jesus Christ, Nintendo loves to milk a franchise. Next, I'll bring out the two events that I was talking about. The first one is just kind of like, man, whatever the fuck, who cares? The ESA sets a new date for E3. It'll be June 15th through 17th of next year, 2021, with a reimagined showcase. And that's all I got with that. I mean, with considering how, you know, I Am 8-Bit dropped out and basically everyone else dropped out, I don't really know how the hell ESA is going to bring back E3 at all. Just let it go, man. That's my opinion on it. Just fucking let it go. Let it die, you know. But anywho, next up with the event would be something that's kind of cool, but it just seems like it'll eventually be something that takes E3's place, which I'm sure it's probably meant to. But IGN is actually announcing a summer game event. It's going to be a digital and global. Told you I can't talk. A digital and global event to begin in June. There's no like actual date for it, just in June. I think it's early-ish June, but no real solid date yet. It'll include people, developers, whatever the fuck you want to call them, from 2K, Amazon, Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco, Google Stadia, Twitter, Devolver Digital, THQ Nordic, and a lot more. There will be live broadcasts and on-demand programming, which, I mean, like I said, probably just something to take place at E3. There's supposed to be some kind of like an audience participation thing as well, where like you can vote on what games were announced and all that to see which one's the most popular, and there's I think spots for you to do like reaction videos or whatever, which I'm sure the reaction videos will probably be for your more high profile streamers and content creators, stuff like that. So I wouldn't really look forward to a small BS thing like me or someone else to just be able to do a reaction video and it show up on the IGN thing. that's really about it that I got for news. I mean, aside from the whole, like, everybody knows that The Last of Us 2 got pushed back to an indefinite date, which we all saw that shit coming anyways, with everything going on with the coronavirus and all the bullshit that was going on with Naughty Dog to begin with. Should have been no surprise. Really fucking sad, but should have been no surprise at all. Also, something else is flying under the radar of the Last of Us 2 being delayed indefinitely. The Iron Man VR game was delayed. I don't know if it was indefinitely or if it was just pushed back a little while. I forgot to actually look to see if there was a date or anything like that, but I think it's an indefinite pushback as well. Don't quote me on that one, but I think it is. So, I mean, everyone and their brother was covering that, so I figured you already knew about it, but hell, I'll throw it in here anyways just for shits and giggles. Okay. Now, moving on to the rumor section. As always, these are rumors, grains of salt. Don't think they will or will not come to fruition. Nothing like that. You know, it's just rumors. So, let's begin. Probably the biggest and most controversial rumor would be for the Sony fanboys out there would be that the PS5 is supposedly having a hell of a fucking time with overheating issues, and it supposedly rivals like what we saw with the Xbox 360 overheating issues. It's attributed to not only the hardware that's stuffed in there, because let's be honest, I think the 2.3 gigahertz or 2.5 gigahertz or whatever it is that the system is supposed to be able to do as far as processing goes is like pretty fucking phenomenal for a console that generates a lot of heat. But so they're trying to find ways to cool that shit down. But the overall design of the system itself seems to be the main issue, kind of like it was with the 360. There were talks about a total redesign of the PS5 system to look more like a box, like the Xbox Series X, but Sony didn't want to do that because they didn't want to look like Microsoft. The main thing that supposedly, again, this is a rumor, grain of salt, that is supposedly getting kicked around the Sony corporate or whatnot is to either go ahead and release the PS5 as is. I mean, you know, with what they can do from now to launch as far as like cooling goes, to launch it as is, or do a 6 to a 12 month pushback to let them fix the issue. Now, personally, I'd rather them push it back. I mean, one, I don't think the economy and everyone's going to be able to bounce back enough after all this is over and done with to actually be able to purchase a fucking system in November. So that might be something they want to consider. But also, with Sony supposedly just wanting to shove it out the door, they're supposed to have a different design altogether in the works for the console itself to release shortly after the initial launch of the system. So honestly, if that's going to be the case, man, just do the 6 to the 12 month wait and just let it go. You know, just suck it up. It would suck to buy a PS5 right out the gate and then, you know, like they did with the Slim or whatever, that it was like, what, maybe a year afterwards they came out with the Slim, or 2 years? It was shortly after the launch anyways. It would suck to have that happen again. I mean, probably going to happen, but we'll see. And again, just a rumor. So take that with, don't, you know, don't give me shit because I picked on Sony. It's just a rumor, and I don't pick sides really. Like I said before, I'm a Microsoft guy, but I end up having both. So, you know. Anywho, moving on with more rumors. Capcom is allegedly working with M2 to release a bigger, unnamed remake than Resident Evil 3. Now, Code Veronica has been shot out of the water as far as that rumor goes, so don't even be expecting that. Uh, Fans are pretty much speculating it's going to be Resident Evil 4, which, why the fuck, man? Good game, don't get me wrong, but PS2, I believe the 360 and the PS3 had a remake of it. If not, wasn't like on the PS4 this generation and the Xbox. I mean, I know that it's been remade at least twice as far as like current gen goes, or for current gens beyond the PS2 iteration. So, that would be kind of shitty. I'm really getting tired of all these remakes and reimagines and all that. Like I've said before in previous videos, I want, give me a new fucking IP, dude. I've already played these games. Why are you shoveling them back in my face? I just, even like the reimaginings, you fuck with the timeline and the story and all that. And anyways, I digress. Moving on. Possibly a new Metroid game this year. Dear God, take that with an extreme, huge grain of salt. There's nothing solid yet except for, I think, was it last year? It might have been last year, something like that, when Nintendo was announcing that what was it? Paper Mario, that's it. The Paper Mario remake, or whatever they were going to do for the Switch. They said there was also an unannounced Metroid game in the pipeline. That's all that anyone has as far as that goes, but I think it was the unannounced game was supposed to be released in 2020. So, I mean, that, like I said, huge fucking grain of salt there. Next would be Sony again to develop their own like Xbox adaptive controller, the one that's made for like disabled gamers and all that, which is really fucking badass. But Sony is supposedly making their own version of that, so that's pretty damn cool. Anything that makes gaming easier to access and all that good stuff. Sorry, the damn pollen, dude. Anything that makes the video game industry in the world easier for anyone to be able to enjoy is like fucking top of the line with me. So that's cool. I hope to see that, because despite the Xbox adaptive controllers drawbacks, which would be like you have to buy separate individual pieces and stuff to go along with the base controller, but it is what it is, man. So, but yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. Now, last but not least, on the rumor mill is Resident Evil 8. It's supposedly going to be first person, which a lot of people say they don't like that, but I mean, Resident Evil 7 was first person, wasn't it? Which wasn't too bad. It's going to be cross-gen play, or it's either cross-gen play or just on multiple platforms, which, go figure, who would have thought that. Ethan returns as the protagonist. It's supposed to, Resident Evil 8 is supposed to kind of go more on to focus more on the occult, hallucinations, and insanity, and just overall not being able to trust people, I guess NPCs, or just trust anything at all in the game. So that's cool, I guess, to see them moving more towards the like mind fuck realm, aside from just jump scares and monsters. So anyways, Resident Evil 8 was also known as Resident Evil 2021 and was known as Resident Evil Revelations 3. So any information you've heard about any of those two titles is probably going to be Resident Evil 8. The person who leaked this information, they confirmed that Ethan is going to be the protagonist. and that the snowy village and the werewolf enemies that we all saw in the screenshots or whatever, that's true. That was in the game at that particular time, but that by now it may or may not have changed. So like what you saw was real, but it might not be in the final product. So, you know, it's a thing. Um, that's really all I got, man. Like, I don't know, with all everything going on and me rocking the table to make the camera jiggle and everything, that's kind of all I got. I mean, I try to focus more on your smaller stories and everything, like always, just because I feel that they get overlooked. But anywho, you guys, I guess I hope are doing well during this fucking lockdown and everything, and you know, if you're feeling it, leave a like, comment, share, all sorts of good shit. Don't forget that during these trying times, it's important to support your content creators, no matter how big or small. If you can, you know, considering a lot of people are unemployed now, but if you can spare that dollar or $5 or whatever per month, then it really helps your favorite content creators out. So I suppose that's going to be it. I'll catch you guys next weekend, well, next Sunday, with another rundown. And also, if you didn't know, look at the website. On Sundays, I do a game trailer segment, which I usually condense like 10 to 13 upcoming game trailers for you guys to check out, as well as a small list of typically Steam early access titles that I think you guys should check out. The gist of it is I try to condense everything into one easy space for you to be able to, you know, find stuff. So maybe you would, you know, find a game or whatever that you didn't know existed or was going to come out, and it might pique your interest. But anyways, yeah, just you know, once a week, every Sunday, visit the channel, check out for new content, visit the website. I update it with, you know, the game trailers thing that I do. I write random opinion sections. I I do. There's three other people, or content creators rather, that I have on there. 3D Hero, badass content creator, does a whole shit ton of stuff for Destiny 2. I usually have his videos up there, his latest video up there. FBI Tugboat, personal friend of mine, awesome fucking shoutcaster. I have his highlight reel up there, so once this is all over and done with, and you need a shoutcaster for an event, hit that mofo up. And then Mr. Thwip, God, I hope I said that right. He's just a cool dude that I talk to on Twitter and everything, and I just promote his Twitch channel because he's a pretty cool dude. And then also my latest video is up there as well. But anyways, you guys have a good one. I hope you're staying safe during all this, and you're safe and sane, I guess I should say. But alright, I'm gone. Sorry, I'm rambling. You guys have a good one. Stay safe. See you next Sunday.